Well, KO4 PDI here. Oh, it's a little dark in here. Better turn on the light. Hey, everybody. How you doing? I know I'm late. I was working on something so freaking cool. I was going to sit at my dining room table and demo all this stuff. Turns out, had an issue with my MacBook Pro. I have to get in touch with K8MRD and find out what I'm doing wrong with OBS. I tried to log into my Restream link, which allows me to stream on 3 platforms at the same time, and it would not log on from my MacBook Pro. I'm on my Windows computer now in my ham shack, which sucks because my rotator is out in the living room and it's all put together and it works, and I was going to demo it. Well, 2 things. Number 1, there is no satellite pass for the next hour. Not even like one I don't normally listen to. So we can't even show you how it works. However, I have Let's View running. Did it stop? Oh, it stopped. I got to go. Hold on. My phone is in the other room looking at the antenna. And I have that all set up. And Let's View is set up. So, hey, how you doing there, Roger? Roger's here from Mount Dora, Florida. Welcome aboard, buddy. Sit tight. I'm going to show you this rotator. It's all complete. It has the arrow antenna mounted on it. I just haven't connected the coaxes yet. Sit tight. I'll be right back. We're going to get there. There you go. You can see it on the screen in all its glory. No, you can't see it. I haven't put it on the stream yet. Hey, Mike Stacks. How you doing? Tim, how you doing, man? Nice to see you, Mike. Welcome aboard. We're going to talk about, I was going to do a live demo of, hold on, I got another problem. This is a little controller I can control my rotator. Can I turn it all the way around? No, actually, I can still control it. I don't need to see it on here. I can see it on the screen. Okay, here's what we're going to do. You ready? Let's go to Let's View Main and go to Let's View window and pick the right window. Let's View Cast. And it's not there. Oh, that was audio. I don't want audio anyway. There it is. All right. Ta-ta-da-da! There is the rotator. And I can control the camera where it's aiming from. That's in my dining room. And notice all the shelves are empty because I just have my apartment, my house interior painted. Let's show you that rotator working. I have another computer here. Okay, it didn't work. Let's try it on the other one. And it's not working there either. Let me make sure I'm connected. Yeah, I'm connected. Okay, let's go to 0, 0. So it'll point north. Actually, that's where it is now. Yeah, it's moving a little bit. Okay, so now it's pointing north. So I did that. I have a laptop right next to me that is hooked up to that rotator wirelessly with a sat box. Absolutely incredible. Let's go to 90 degrees. Watch this. This is the azimuth going to 90. And there it goes. And now, I already tested it and worked with AO91, and it tracked it completely through the sky. It's a little complicated, but once you get it set up, it works. I did give my buddy Don Friend a call. I really wanted to do this in my dining room. That's right next to my dining room table where it is right now. Execute again, show you. I'm using the software that Don provides with this rotator. Now, Don was a great guy. He said to me, because I had messed up a couple of things and I had bought some extra parts, and when I sent it back to him, he said, send it back to me. I'll make sure it works. I'll put it all together, make sure it works. Well, it turns out there was an upgrade to the circuit board for it since I bought mine. And as a result, he just replaced my main board. So it's not the board I put together. He actually put together another board for me and put that in and gave that to me and kept the one I screwed up. But everything works now, works great. He's walked me through it step by step. You can see how that's the Arrow 2 antenna. It hooks up just past where the 70 centimeter coax goes. And you got to drill 2 holes in the beam. That's it. The boom just gets 2 holes drilled in it. And you screw that in as self-tapping screws going into the I think it's a nylon 3D printed arm. It's not super strong, so I would not put a heavier antenna on here. He is making an arm that can hold the elk antenna. So if you're into the elk antenna, you can use that. The other thing, I'm going to be using this with a 9700, which I was going to show you again how to do the software upgrade on it. I held that off till today to do it on the podcast, but I cannot get my MacBook Pro to hook up to Restream, so I couldn't stream from my living room. So what I did was I'm casting this with my iPhone 17 Pro Max is looking at this right now. And I have it on a gimbal that I can control with this little gadget, so I can literally rotate it. You can see my kitchen right there and my NASCAR cases full of die-cast NASCARs. And there's the rotator. Now, that is sitting on top of a professional camera tripod. I had a level. I leveled it, and I hooked it up to the top. That's what's nice about this little unit. It'll hook up to any standard tripod. You could put this rotator on. So there you go. There you have it. Now, I haven't done any satellite passes with it yet, but I will, probably tomorrow. I also want to put together my Go box. I have everything I need. I have the sat box. I have the power supply. I'm going to be using a 9 amp hour battery to run it, but it'll also be hooked up to yeah. Roger, you're a troublemaker, Roger. I am telling you, Roger, this thing cannot handle the weight. The Alaskan is probably 3 feet longer than this, and you would definitely have to mount the antenna on the boom further up so it's balanced. But still, then you got the weight of the coax and everything else. I don't suggest. This is a 3D printed arm. It's actually in 2 sections. And I definitely would not put any more weight on this than what I have here with this. But the tripod holds it pretty steady. I did a little bit different power setup. He had that little plug on there that you could plug the wire from the battery in. That blue thing is a 3 amp hour bioanode battery. And this thing uses hardly any juice. So that'll work for hours. I've had that thing connected all day long. It was funny. Iman's here. Oh, by the way, I didn't open up Discord. Let me open up Discord because chances are Martin's going to want to talk to me in Discord. And since I'm in my ham shack now, I can do it with Discord running. So if anybody wants to get in touch with me, look in the, let's see. Yeah, there's a link in the, if you click more under my name, there's a link. Hayden, not that Hayden, is here. How you doing, Hayden? Good to see you, man. So, what is this? Discord's asking me to agree to terms of service. Jeez. Let's go to my rag chew room. Nobody's in there right now, but I'm in it. All right. I am in the rag chew room. So if anyone wants to come on Discord and jump into the rag chew room and talk to me, you're more than welcome to. The other Hayden's here. Iman says hi to him. I'm glad you guys are here. All right. So This rotator runs about $320 unless you screw things up and have to buy replacement parts. Then it could cost a little more. And the shipping back and forth. Yes, good to see you, Hayden. I'm doing very well, Hayden. Nice, glad you're here. So if you haven't been to my channel in a while, if you look at my main channel page, you'll see there's new videos I posted. I posted the video on the SAP box. I posted the video on the 9700. Then I posted just yesterday a new video on how to do the firmware upgrade in the 9700. So make sure you get over there and check that out. Let me go back to the Let's View page, just show the new guys. Oh, damn, it shut off again. I got to go back in there and turn it on. Why does this keep doing that? I don't know. All right, Iman's got a good day. Hold on. Got to go turn the phone on again. Sit tight, everybody. Shoot, hold on. Not doing it. It's not working right. Oh, it's got technology with this. Technology. Oh, and now look at that. It's now vertical. And I got to change it in the screen. I just, this frustrates the hell out of me. Nothing ever works like it's supposed to. Look at that. It's now vertical. It's not horizontal. Anyway, you can see what it is. You could see what's going on. It's not working right, but technology, man, technology. But you can see the antenna, and I have the other computer next to me that it's hooked up to right now. And I can, I'll make it go back to 0. All right. You get a chance to see how it moves. There it goes. How come? Oh, okay. Yeah, you got that's pointing north and it's at the horizon right now. So that's 0, 0. So what this thing does, it works in conjunction with the SAT box. So what you got to do is you have to put in the SAT box. I can show you on this computer. If I go to the SAT Pass page, we can go there. If you go over here and you go to rotator, and here's right now I use the Yaesu 5500 on this computer. What you would do is you would click down and click PST rotator. When you do that, you have a section to put an IP address. You put the IP address that's on the rotator. You got to find out what the IP address is on your computer that the rotator is connected to, and you put that in here. And at that point now, you will then be connected to it and have control over it. We're going to go back to the Yaesu 5500. We'll just close that without saving. I don't want to mess up this computer. So that's how it works. Now the rotator, it works really well. I've talked to people that have this antenna, and they tell me they do RS-44 on it using a 9700, which, so you know, this thing can handle 150 watts, this antenna. Now, most people put in the duplexer, and they use it on an HT. I took the duplexer out, and I'm going to run an individual coax to each band antenna. So the 70 centimeters will go to the end connector on the back of the 9700, and the other one, the PL259, will go to the 2-meter side, and then I will have that working like that. Now, when you go in the field, I have yet to try this, but I have to figure it out before I actually go out in the field. So probably go out in a driveway or something tomorrow and test this out. After you get it all set up with the IP addresses, if you move it to a different Wi-Fi, you got to redo all that because your IP addresses will be different. So if I decide, right now it's on my house Wi-Fi, that's how I'm controlling it right now. But say tomorrow I go out and I want to use my cell phone as a hotspot, right? Well, if I use my cell phone as a hotspot, it's going to have completely different IP addresses. So I got to go in and make sure I change that on both the rotator settings and on the sat box settings. So the sat box knows where the rotator is and the rotator knows where the sat box is. So on a sat box, when you turn it on and you hook it up to your phone, it's going to give you an IP address in the window. You take that IP address and you go into the software that is provided to you by Don Friend to control this rotor, and you put that IP address in there. Then in your SAT settings, I showed you where you pick the PST rotator, and then you put the IP address of the rotator computer in there. All right, so there you have it. That connects the two of them together, and that's how it works. And that's how I'm using it right now, because on my computer, this is my ham computer. I call it my ham computer. I have a SAT box connected to this. Let me go back to my solo cam so you can see this. All right, so here it is right here. I have a SAT box connected to this, and the wire's getting stuck. Come here. I want to show this to you. So here is the SAT box output in the background. That's this back here. And this is the control software that they give you from M4M, what is it? WA4MCMkits.com. That's Don Friend is the man that created this. And he made this software to control the rotator. And I can't see it because it's blown out, but that's it. It has a graph on it that shows you the elevation and a graph on it that shows you the azimuth. I have the SAT box is right here just being powered by the computer. And this IP address that's in the window here is what I put into the rotator controls. So there you have it. Now, I did a video on the 9700 firmware upgrade. I didn't even know there was one. And what happened was I was sort somewhere. The 9700 that I bought has the original software. It's 1.05. The new version is 1.50, and I had 1.44 on my existing 9700 in the ham shack. So I had to upgrade the software, the firmware. And I did, and I made it work, and it worked out great. Goldie's missing it. There's deer out in the backyard. I could see him through there, and she's sleeping next to me on the floor. She's such a sweetie, this dog. Anyway, so if you're afraid to build a kit, or if you've never done a kit, it might be a little over your head. It was over my head. I didn't get scared by it. I just figured I'd learn from it. And Don really taught me a lot in the issues I was having. What is this? I read the firmware documentation, and it doesn't seem particularly relevant to satellite operations. Everything works now, so I'm not inclined to update to 1.50. I'm at 1.44. Well, 1.44 works great, but 1.50 had a few little enhancements. We'll do it that way. I like to keep everything at the most current software version out there. So my Windows computers, my Mac computers, I let everything update. Whenever it says there's an update, I don't even read what it is. I just let it do it. Because chances are the next update, you might have had to done that last update before you can go to the next one, which might have something you're interested in doing in it. So think about that before you dogmatically say you're not going to do it, because I do highly suggest you keep current with the software. This guy that had it before me, I don't know, I think he just got tired of doing satellites, or he doesn't want to do satellites. He's got a set of M squared Leopack, not the egg beaters. He's got the Yagis, circularly polarized Yagis. He bought them 2 years ago in Ohio at Xenia, and never put them together. And they're still sitting in his house. And I'm like, what are you waiting for? I'd help him if he did it. He's the guy I bought the 9700 from. I don't know if he got another one, but this is one that he had programmed. This might have been the one he kept in his garage to listen to local repeaters, because they're all still programmed in it. And it still had his call sign in it too, which was cute, which I've since updated. But now I'm going to update the firmware on that. I was going to do it live so you could see how it goes, but I decided not to because I can't get my MacBook Pro to work on Restream. And if I can't get it on Restream, it's like I didn't even do it. So, and I can only stream to one channel at a time. So that's why I came in here to Ham Shack to do it. All right. So does anybody have any questions about the PSR 100 rotator from Whiskey Alpha 4 Mike Charlie Mike kits.com? Put them in the chat. Jump onto the Discord and say hello. It's almost 6:30 and we really didn't do anything today. I showed you pictures of it moving around, but I'm so bummed out that I couldn't get my MacBook Pro. All day I've been working on it. I kept getting interrupted by people, but all day I was working on it, trying to get it to work, and it didn't want to do it. So I gave up. When I couldn't get it on Restream, I was like, yeah, I can't do it in there. I'll come back in here and do the podcast from my studio in my Ham Shack. So this week I've been completely discombobulated because all my furniture's moved around. My entire interior of my house, except for 3 rooms, was painted, including the inside of my walk-in closet, which I had to empty out. I like to collect baseball caps. I got rid of a 12-gallon garbage bag full of baseball caps. I donated them to AmVets, and I put them all over there, and I figured they'll enjoy them. But then I still had a bunch left, and I packed them into a 17-gallon. All right, listen to this: 17-gallon plastic storage bin. Okay, it's bulging at the seams. It's going to explode. There's so many hats. I have so many hats I've collected over the years, from Yankee hats. By the way, did the Yankees win last night? I hope so. They're doing a best-of-3 series with Boston, and to get into the playoffs, I really hope he does it. I hope they make it. But anyway, nothing in the chat. Nobody wants a question. Nobody's asking questions. Everybody's like, your life is perfect. You have no questions at all. And the bad thing is the next pass by me is a 28-degree ISS pass, but it doesn't come till 20 after 7. So I won't be doing that because I'll be in another net at that time. Roger loves me no matter what. Roger, can't you be like a hot blonde chick saying that to me? That would be cool. But you're a guy and you're an old guy. I don't want to. Well, thank you anyway for loving me. I appreciate it. Roger's a great supporter of the channel. He helped me out a couple of times, so I greatly appreciate it, Roger. By the way, there is a link in the description of this video where you can click on and make a PayPal donation to the channel. You can put whatever you want in there. Hey, look who's here. The man himself. Whiskey Alpha 4 Mike Charlie Mike. He's the guy that created the rotator. Oh, Don, you're going to be so upset. I was all ready to sit here and demo everything from my dining room table, and my MacBook Pro will not connect to Restream. And as a result, I cannot... the rotator's out of stock, Wayne. He had 18 when I first bought mine. Then after I talked about it on my live feed, he had 13 left, and now he's sold out of all those, and he's in the process of getting more parts to make some more. So Wayne, he's doing the best he can. Know what? I had the rotator on here. I was showing it to people. I'll do it again. I'll do it again for you. I got to go in and hit the Restream thing. Hold on. Sit tight. I'll be right back. Almost there. Sit tight. Just kicked the green screen, almost knocked it over. All right, so let's go back to the Let's View screen and get that back on the screen again. All right. There it is. There it is, Roger. And I have the computer in here. Oh, that's good news. Don is telling us that he will have the parts back in stock soon. So now what I'm going to do is I have it pointing north and level with the ground. Now I'm going to give it a command and tell it to move. Let's see. We will go. Where's the mouse? Pardon my back. 90 and 45. Let's do that. And tell it to execute. There it goes. Da, 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 da. It's moving all by itself. You can see. You see how it's a little bit shaky, Roger? That little shakiness that you see is because the antenna is not light. It weighs about a pound, and we're looking at a 3D printed box here, so you don't want to put anything heavier. Wayne says he wants one pre-built, Don. So, Jordan, how you doing? For you guys just getting here late, the creator of this wonderful rotator is in the chat. Whiskey Alpha 4, MagicalMike's.com is where you can get one of these. So there you go. Yeah, I have zero building skills too. Don can attest to that because I sent it back to him twice. And finally, he got frustrated, stopped talking to me every 5 minutes, and he just put it all together for me, so I didn't have to worry about it. But I mean, I had the circuit board all built, but he upgraded the circuit board for me and stuff, so that's a good thing. So I'll send it back to 0. Let's go here. All right, let's go to 180. All right, we'll go, just get it to move around. I'll just keep moving around, playing with it. There you go. You can tilt up even higher. But I got to tell you guys, Don and I have become friends through this whole thing. And, yeah, if you guys went to Huntsville, he was there. Don was there. Don likes my humor. Okay, thank you, Don. Yeah, don't ask me why it's vertical. It should be horizontal, but, you know, there's only so much I can do from in here. Yes, you saw it at Huntsville, Jordan. Yep, that was Don. He was there. And Huntsville is probably one of the most fun hamfests. I am making it a point to get my ass there next year, whether I stay at the hotel or in the state park or whatever. We'll figure it out. So you guys, if you want to see me, I'll probably be at Huntsville next year. I will be at Hamcation this year in Orlando. I'm also going to try to get a hotel or a campsite or some way to camp there this year. So you can find me. I'll be in Hamcation in February, and I don't know if I'm going to stay there the whole time. I think is it February 14th? Because I think it's the same weekend as the Daytona 500, and man, as a NASCAR fan, you don't want to miss that. So I won't be there Sunday, guaranteed. Might be there Saturday, Friday. I might go Friday and Saturday. I'll get there on Thursday and stay Friday and Saturday. I'd love to be able to get my hands on a camper or something to camp in. If you could afford one, you would get one. Well, this is going to, well, first of all, I got this for one reason. I was able to get my hands on an additional 9700 at ridiculously low prices. So I said, once I bought it, I said, this would be great if I had a small rotator. And I've been talking about this ever since I got my license. I wish there was somebody would make a small rotator. Sorry about that. And lo and behold, Don did it. Don Friend. Don is a friend, and his name is Friend. Don Friend. Whiskey Alpha 4, MagicalMike's.com. So yes, it's out of stock right now, but it will be back eventually. And I hope that helps you. I hope you enjoy that. I think this thing is the best thing. Oh, so you're telling me the Yankees won? Did you tell me the Yankees are in a three-game playoff with Boston? They got to win that playoff. If they win the playoff, then they'll go to the next round. So if you're telling me Toronto's in the next round and we got to play in Canada, we're going to win. If they beat Boston, they're going to beat Toronto. So I'm surprised they didn't change the name to be politically correct and not make fun of Blue Jays. Little baseball lingo right there, folks. I still see the Washington Redskins, and I still believe in the what was the Washington Senators? What was the Washington team? They changed their name to the Nationals. I don't know why. I'm not into PC. Negative. I will not be trying it on the next ISS pass because that's going to be there'll be a pass at 7:19 and another one at 8:56. 8:56, I'll be 9 sheets to the wind or close to it. Actually, I'll be in bed, but I won't be sleeping yet. I'll be watching Gutfeld from last night. What else? I'll probably tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out in the driveway. I'm going to set it up with the new 9700 after I update the software on it. And then once I do that, I upgrade the software. I'm going to complete the box, the Go box for the 9700. And once I get the box completed with the SAT box built into it and a battery built in, I was going to make a solar controller and all that. And I said, no, this is just for satellites. A 9 amp hour battery is fine for a few satellite passes. The radio should not drain it completely. The Arrow 2 antenna is capable of handling 150 watts, which is good because the 9700 could put out up to 100 watts. And I got custom coax made for me from ABR Industries, which you can do that too. I have two 25-foot sections, two 1-foot sections that are going to be mounted permanently on the rotator. So all I got to do is hook up the cables to the rotator when I'm ready to use it. But the antenna and the cables will still be on there. I'm going to find a way to transport this thing. I think what I'm going to do is get one of those waterproof boxes from Harbor Freight, cut out the foam to hold on to the rotator when I move it around so it doesn't get banged up or broken. It's not that strong. The bottom box of the rotator actually is, if you squeeze it too hard, it's going to break under your grip. But once you put it all together and it's all solidly connected, it's not a problem. So yeah, it won't come apart. I actually took some hook and loop. Oh, I left it in the other room. The same stuff I got on the bottom of the cameras. If I show you the camera, you see the stuff on the bottom? That's what I use to keep the cameras in place on my desk, and then I aim them at what I need to aim them at. That is what I put on the battery, and by putting that on the battery, then I can put a piece on the rotator itself. And then what I did was after I connected them, and down here in the heat in Florida, what happens a lot of times is the adhesive loosens up because of the heat. So I put a tie wrap around it to give it a little assistance so that it doesn't heat up and slide off or something like that. But if anybody's been in Florida and you park your car, you got one of those little suction cup things on your windshield. You come out after you go do your grocery shopping, and guess what? It's on the ground because it gave way because of the heat and the sun. So you got to be careful with that. But other than that, I don't think there'll be any issues. It's not going to be out there that long. I'm not going to go out there and stay up there for days and do satellite passes. But yeah, next year in Huntsville, I should bring it with me, and I'll bring my 9700 Go box with me too, and I'll show you how I use it to do. I can do linear satellites and I can do FM satellites. So that's what's nice about having a 9700. It has sideband, which is what you need for doing linear satellites. But linear satellites are a lot of fun because, like on RS-44, I was watching a video somebody else was on RS-44 you got 100 megahertz of space to talk on. No, you don't. You have 30 megahertz of space. But even 30 megahertz of space, your transmission and your reception is 2.8 megahertz. So at a 30 megahertz, you can get 10 people on there talking and not interfere with each other, and they'd all be 3 hertz apart. It's a nice idea. Any questions? Anybody got any questions? All right. The Jordan is saying he looks forward to it. Yeah. Well, if I bring it to Huntsville, I will definitely bring this with me. I'll have my other Go box also. Actually, I don't have a Go box now for HF. I have my 7300 is in a Pelican case, but I do have a bunch of good antennas I use with it. So I'll bring a few of them. I have the new Radio Oddity antenna. I haven't tried yet. I want to get out there and do a Parks on the Air with that any day now. Comes with 4 counterpoises and a coil, a tunable coil with a whip. It's a vertical, but you got plenty of counterpoise on it. Should work fine. Anybody else got any questions? Anybody doing POTA this week? Going out and playing, getting connections? Anyone, anywhere? Come on, give me something. CQ. Ham radio fun with KO4 PDI. Talk much, Mike? No, maybe I had a mini stroke there. That might have been what that was. How's my audio? Is it loud enough, or should I turn it up a little bit? All right, Don, thank you so much for coming. Don, that's his call sign. Go check out his QRZ. If you want to email him and ask him questions about the rotator, give him a call. That's it right there. Whiskey Alpha 4, Mike Charlie Mike Kits.com, WA4MCM Kits. That's how you put it down in the URL. All right, Don, you take care. Thank you so much for all your help. You've been such a big help. Thank you very much. Patrick Henry. Oh, Patrick Henry LaPointe. KC2, Bob Kilo Mike. Are you in New York or New Jersey? If you're a 2 call, you're from New York or New Jersey? Which one are you from? Great to have you here. All right, QRT. Don's QRT. Goodbye, Don. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, what does it say? There's an Oceania contest on this weekend down my way. Wow, if I didn't have the award for Oceania, I would do that. What I need is... wait, Oceania is the one I got to get. That's the one I still need, I think. Let me see on my page on QRZ. Yeah, let's see. We got Africa, Asia. Asia was hard to get. It took me forever. North America, Europe, South America. Yeah, the only one left I got is Oceania. So, yeah, if there's a QSO party for Oceania this weekend, damn, I'm going to be on the radio. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. All right, and other news. You notice here it says, find me on FCS 310/38. Yeah, I'm not there that much anymore. And the 80751 room is not been up and running for over a year now, so we've been using KB4JDE's room, and he wants it back. So I told ND1C, who is the guy that started the 80751 Wires X room, I told him, give me the damn HRI 200, I'll set it up at my house. So at least we get the room back. So I'll keep you posted on that if and when that happens. And you could reach me on that too. I used to have that up here. I took that away because it hasn't been working in over a year. All right. New York. Patrick Henry. I regret that I have but one life to live for my country, to give for my country. Is that the guy that said that? I think that was... No, Patrick Henry, was he the traitor? I forget. I'm not up on my history. I've been busy doing ham radio crap, and I love it. So, damn, who's that handsome guy on that screen? Hoo-hoo. Oh, yeah, that's me. Hey, everybody. So, yeah, I haven't always had a beard. I used to not have a beard. People tell me I should shave it off. I would, but I don't want to have to keep shaving it off. Northern New York. So, I almost got a 5 call sign, a V call sign, or a 5 call sign, I think you meant, by accident. Okay. Yeah, KC2, my brother's KC2. He lives in New Jersey. 2 is only New Jersey and New York. That's the only places that it covers. So, yeah, what part of northern New York? I used to live in New Jersey. I was 7 miles from the George Washington Bridge. I was about 6 miles from the New York border going north on Route 17 or the Palisade Interstate Parkway. That's how I would get up there. I used to go to Nanuet all the time and go to the Nanuet Mall. That was like the first enclosed mall in the area, and it was pretty cool. And my dad worked there for a while at the Stearns. That was at the Route 59 Nanuet Mall, and he sold furniture for years. Oh, my God. He worked for Stearns, Macy's, Alexander's. He never worked for Gimbel's. but he worked for these big stores and was a salesman for furniture. And a couple of things he taught me growing up, if there's a deal today, there'll be a deal tomorrow. So he said, always remember that. So when you go to buy a car or whatever, it's, if the salesman goes, well, that's the price today. If you walk out the door, it might not be the price. I get up and I walk out the door because he's going to lose a sale if he tries to corner me or threaten me and tell me this is the only time this price is going to be good. I'm out the door. I don't even wait there. And one time, the first new car I bought, I paid $4,000 for a 1974 Hornet sedan hatchback. And I bought it because it looked like a Cougar. I should have bought the Cougar, although I heard they're not that great either. This was the biggest lemon I ever had. But we had $4,000. I had saved up my pennies. I was working at the time. I just started working for the phone company in 73. So we go to the store to buy this, and my dad was going to co-sign it if we had to, or we were going to pay cash. So we're sitting there and we're talking to everybody, and the salesman gives us that, this is the deal today. And my father says, I got $4,000 cash in my pocket, pulls it out, puts it on the table. He says, we want to pay $4,000 for this car. And the guy was up around $5,000 for the car, brand new. It was 1974. Give you an idea how much cars have gone up in price. But the guy says to my dad, no, I can't do it. He goes, okay. My dad picks up the money, puts it in his pocket. He says, come on, Mike, let's go. And the two of us walk out. This salesman ran after us. He was like, please, no. Let me see what I can do. Maybe I can pull it up, blah, blah, blah. He ran like the dickens to catch us. And he ended up coming down to $4,000. And we got the car for $4,000. Negotiation is not about being nice or trying to help somebody out. You got to let them know it's now or never. We want this now, and this is what we want to pay. And if you don't want to do that, now you get nothing. So he had the opportunity to make $4,000 or not get paid anything. So he decided to bite the bullet and sell the car to us for $4,000, and that was a great lesson. And I said, but Dad, what if they sell it before me? He goes, don't worry about it. If there's a deal today, there'll be a deal tomorrow. And he was so true. Also, the customer's always right. Even if they're crazy and they're irate and mad, they're right because you made them that way. If you're selling something, you give them a hard time and they get angry, it's a natural reaction. So, yeah. Suck it up, buttercup. That's what I always say. All right. So, we got to do that Oceana contest. And you're in Northern New York. Oh, just ordered a sat box. That'll make me buy an ICOM. Hey, I got one. I'll sell you for $2,000, but they're expensive now. My original one I bought new from ICOM. I think I paid $1,200, and now that radio is $2,000. And then the second one I bought was used, and that was only $800. I still can't believe he sold it to me that cheap. Thank you, sir. That was so nice of him. So then I bought the rotator because I said, if I'm going to do this. The other thing, I'm not using the duplexer. I'm running individual coax for each element, the 2 meter and 70 centimeter. There's going to be individual coax. And we got Plattsburgh, New York, across the lake from Burlington, Vermont. We are so close to Canada, I almost got a V call sign. A V, eh? Hey, am I saying that right? Is that how they talk in Canada? All I know is Rick Moranis and what was the other guy's name that used to do the Canadians? Hey, want a beer, eh? Hey, want a beer? Hey, how you doing, eh? They were hilarious. I love that. All right. Don't have much more. We've been on almost an hour. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the support. Go and watch that video I made yesterday of how to update your firmware on your 9700. You don't want to screw it up. You don't want to shut it off or take the SD card out while it's happening. Do not do that because you'll brick your radio and you'll have to send it back to ICOM to get fixed. So do not, once you start, and there's one section where it says, are you sure you want to do this? And no, I'm not using a duplexer because the ICOM 9700 has a separate input for the 2 meter and 70 centimeters. So I don't need a duplexer. I run 2 coaxes, one to the 70 centimeter and one to the 2 meter. And it was great. ABR Industries made the coax for me. I got 25 feet. And they made the coax and they labeled them VHF and UHF. So when I get to the radio and I go to hook it up, I know exactly how to do it. All right? And they're going in the Go Box. Probably tomorrow I'll start building that. And then I'll get to work getting a box to transport the rotator. And going to have to bring some tools with me because you got to disassemble some stuff to put it away. And the Arrow antenna has so many things you got to screw onto it that, I don't know. It's a pain in the ass, but it works fantastic. It works absolutely fantastic. All right, Wayne, I'm glad you got it. Glad you came, Wayne. Wayne was here. Iman was here. I look in my little mirror. I see Jordan, and I see Don was here, and Roger, and Iman was here, and Hayden. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I absolutely can't thank you enough. We have 10 people watching right now. I think for me, that's probably one of the most watched podcasts I did. So, yeah, I might go sit outside with Goldie right now and have a cigar after I play with her. But at 7 o'clock, which is in about 8 minutes, I'm going to be on another net. But I can get that on an HT out in the driveway. All right, boys, I'm going to say goodnight now. Everybody have a great night. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Make sure you come back here next week. Maybe I'll get that iMac straightened out so that I could use it. The reason I was trying to get the iMac to do everything is because if I get the iMac to do everything, when I go on the road, I can stream from the road with the iMac. And this laptop on my left that's controlling the rotator and the software and the sat box, that one I can use to run the radio and the antenna. But I want to get the Mac to be able to stream live on a Mac. So I'll call Cade MRD. He's big in Macs. All right. That's it. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, remember what I always say. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. At least not without me. 73 Hayden. You have a great night. So God bless everybody. Be good. Be nice to your family and friends. And don't do anything I wouldn't do, at least not without me. Give me a call. How many times... Do you even know what this means, you new guys? Yeah, it's like you used to hold a handset to your head to talk to on the phone. That's what that's supposed to be. Kids today don't even know what I'm talking about. Give me a call. We'll do it together, all right? KO4 PDI, I'll say 73 for now. God bless you all. See you soon.